Hello again, everyone. Terry Earthwind over at Evolutionary Healing. And I have a friend and colleague, Nancy Halpern, with me, and her partner. We're going to learn about it in just a moment. Julian Roberts. Thank you both for stopping by and doing this with me. I'm excited to hear what you're doing.
We're excited to be with you, Terry.
Yeah, very excited. Thanks for having us on.
You're welcome. You're welcome. So you two, here's the famous question. Nancy Halpern, Julian Roberts, what are you doing?
Well, what we're doing, other than speaking with you right now, is that Julie and I started having a series of conversations, and we were enjoying it so much that we wanted to take it live on LinkedIn every Monday at 11, I guess Eastern Standard Time, and 4 p.m. Greenwich Mean Time. But the purpose of leadership lessons across the pond is to have two complementary yet different views on some of the critical topics and issues that face leaders, both evergreen topics as well as things that are really critical right now, from burnout to giving feedback to the changing nature for women in the workplace. And that's what we are doing right now. Julian, what did I miss?
Well, what did you miss? Well, I think that what you missed possibly is our friendship has developed over the last few months.
Oh,
we were both, that I know. We were both on each other's podcasts, and we've got something in common in terms of how we approach things, but there is a difference. And I think that's the important things. We come at it in very different points of view with respect. And I think with that, it really does create a real purpose and a real impact. And what we're doing is trying to help solve challenges that leaders are facing, whether that's right now in a context of pandemic or the evergreen ones, as Nancy says. And we've just done topics recently on burnout, on performance reviews, and we're looking to do other things like motivating teams, talent development, and making tough calls. And it's all in a 15 minutes, nicely packaged time every Monday. So I don't think anything else we need to add to that, Nancy.
No, except we welcome questions, because I think we both like challenge. We like the stickiness of intractable problems that keep repeating, and how can we help? How can we give people practical things? I think we also try to look for things that haven't been said before, because there's a lot of easy to find information, but like even on burnout, we talked about how to recognize the early signs of it and how not to feel guilty about what you have to do to nourish yourself, and versus sort of the standard stuff you find. So we do try to bring, and I think both from our experiences in the UK and in the US, which are somewhat different because we have different cultures.
Yeah, and I think what I'm finding is I'm learning with it as well, in terms of that interaction, and I hope our audience is also learning as well, and probably and hopefully finding some bit of challenge to the way you think and previously have thought, and perhaps there's a new way of doing something. And I always go away and thinking, Nancy said something there, I might need to think about that. I won't tell her that it's a good idea, but I'll think about it and possibly put it in place. And I think that's been really helpful.
And Julian's taught me a lot of stuff that I didn't know. I think sometimes our best conversations, though, are the ones post-recording, where we review what we just said, and then we're like, oh, I didn't think about it that way. That's really interesting. And it's sort of like the sort of deleted scenes in a movie. That's some of us the best juice. So we're both, frankly, getting a huge kick out of it.
Yeah, I think we should just continue to roll it. I think that the insights tend to come better after the actual event itself.
It's true.
Yeah, you buzzed a couple of things there that are big in my world, what we're working with, and that is burnout, and our new consortium model is achievement based. And as you two well know, when people are achieving, they don't get sick, they don't burn out, and they don't leave the company. So it's powerful. And there was I reshared a recent LinkedIn article on burnout, and that's buzzing right now because people are not adjusting as well as the company would hope they would to this work from home. That's powerful. What are your takes in your words?
I think my Well, and my point of view, I think people are actually dreading in some ways going back to the office because they don't know what that's going to involve. And companies haven't released any information on it yet because they don't know either. So there's a lot of hope, but no one really knows what hybrid would mean for them, and a lot of confusion. So I think actually people have sort of settled in a way it's the settling in that's burnt them out.
Yeah, and I think there's also the relentless change over the last 12 months, whether that's, change of location, remote, office to remote, ways of working. I think people are getting weary. And obviously that's not just in a context of the work, it's a context of our personal life, rules and regulations, masks, no masks, all that sort of stuff. And I think it's really quite wearing, and there's a concern as well for that.
Yeah. Good stuff. Good stuff. Well, thanks again for popping in, you guys, and have a great rest of your day.
Great. Thank you, Terry. Take
See
care.
you Monday,
Bye.
Julian. Bye.
Yeah, take care. Bye.
Consortium, the business model for the 21st century. Consortium, the business model for the 21st century.